capital city of India, that is Delhi, is experiencing its peak pollution levels in November. This is, of course, coinciding with a spike in stubble burning incidents in Punjab and Haryana. Air quality continues to be in the severe category in Delhi as the AQI dips and is recorded at 571. A hazardous blanket of smog has in fact engulfed the national capital and surrounding areas. This increase is attributed to adverse meteorological conditions and a notable rise in stubble burning incidents in neighboring states. Meanwhile, even as our politicians are busy in pointing fingers at each other rather than taking any concrete action, let's in fact take a look at some satellite images of the past few days of Parali burning in northern India. They're of course flashing on your screens, and I have the same images open on my screen here too, so that I can show you an in-depth view of what exactly is happening. North India is on fire. The image that I am showcasing right now, it's from 1st November, as you can see on your screens. You can see these red dots over here on the screen. These are representative of farm fires. I'm zooming in so that you can view more clearly. These are representative of farm fires, and right here you can see considerable amount of farm fires in Punjab. I'm pointing my cursor towards this area. Farm fires, of course, raging as Parali or stubble that is left behind after the rice crop has been harvested, the paddy crop has been harvested, is being burnt down. Some considerable amount of burning is also taking place in Haryana, as well as if I zoom out a little bit, I hope you can view it, of course, on your screens. It is taking place in Madhya Pradesh too. But apart from this, I'll just quickly take my viewers through the subsequent days till today, because also joining me is Professor Madhav Nalapat. So I'll come very shortly to you after I take my viewers through these few pictures. This is of course the 1st of November. 2nd of November, the situation has not improved much. It remains relatively the same. 3rd November, right here you can see on your screens the situation of Parali burning still remains the same. 4th November, it did subside a bit, but you can still see pockets in Punjab where there is considerable burning, western as well as southern Punjab. 5th November, things have deteriorated, the situation has deteriorated yet again, fires have aggravated, and of course, let's take a view at what has taken place today itself, at least till now. These are of course NASA images that we're showcasing for all of you. It has commenced already since the morning. It's taking place in the western portion as well as the southeastern portion of Punjab till now. So of course quite a lot of Parali is being burnt. Remember, farmers have to ready the soil for the next crop, but everybody is bearing the brunt of this. All residents of the national capital, as well as the farmers themselves, are bearing the brunt of this. Meanwhile, with us on the broadcast is Professor Madhav Nalapat. He is the editorial director of the Sunday Guardian. Good morning, sir, and thank you for joining us on NewsX. At the outset, I'd like to ask you, how are you doing? Have you seen, in fact, a considerable increase in the pollution levels, and has this personally affected you?
Well, I'd like to say that 3 days ago, I left Gurgaon and came to Manipal. And, you know, when you land here in Manipal, the difference is palpable. In what's happening in the national capital region is that you're basically almost as though you're breathing through a soup. It's definitely, you feel the pollution, you feel the smog, you feel the unhealthy atmosphere, and it must be wreaking havoc in terms of productivity and in terms of health. Now, surely this is not beyond the capacity of, for example, our engineers and scientists to solve. I'm told there are methods in which this kind of stubble can be converted into for even packing material. And it's important to work out how that can be done. It's important to have systems that can transport this stubble to the locations where they can be converted into packing material, and the farmers, instead of burning them, they can hand them over. Maybe a small financial incentive can be given to the farmers to hand them over. And I think a method has to be found, because this is becoming intolerable. The fact of the matter is that this kind of pollution level is a bad advertisement for India at a time when global investment is looking at India as a possible destination. This kind of smog will scare them away, especially because it's a national capital. So I can't believe this is beyond the capacity of the IITs. This is beyond the capacity of the state and central government. And this is beyond the capacity of Indian private industry to solve. It's not just the farmers who need to solve this problem. It's all of us. Every one of these groups should come together and work out a way. Because otherwise, I can tell you, when I was in the National Capital Region, it was distressing actually. It was really distressing. You couldn't, for example, even think of going for an outside walk, and you know that walking is restricted indoors. Well, you can't go to parks. You can't take a walk. There are so many things that you can't do, and so many things that you do in a much worse way because of this high level of pollution. So solutions are there. Some of the solutions are known. There needs to be coordination, cooperation, working together, and I think all sides must contribute to this, and hopefully a solution will be found this year itself. Because the fact is that we cannot just rely on nature, on wind and rain to solve this problem for us. The harvest has also moved up. Previously, it used to take place about 2 months ago, and as a consequence, the winds were stronger, and as a consequence, the damage was less. Today, this situation is taking place exactly at a time when the air is still. There's no rain, there's no wind, and this is basically allowing that smoke to settle like a thick smog. I think one way of also doing this would be to conscientize the farmers. Show, for example, short movies to them about what is happening to human beings as a consequence of this. I'm sure the farmers will cooperate, and private industry, our beautiful, wonderful technological institutions, our central government, which functions with high efficiency in so many ways, the state government of Punjab, which has the direct responsibility for basically implementing this kind of an idea. All these groups need to come together, because this is completely unbearable and the Indian citizen does not deserve it.
Indeed, sir, it is time, as you stated, for different stakeholders to come together to solve this problem, so that the adverse impact of pollution is mitigated and residents in and around the national capital can breathe freely. And of course, investment in India, tourism in India is not hampered in the long run.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.